Hey, Whippersnaps, this is Tortimer the Great. Welcome you back to another very exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tortiment, because we are kicking off another set of preliminary battles today. We have ErynCerise going up against DragoniteStrike, and these two titans are going to be bashing heads in an attempt to win the honor of moving on to the Sweet 16 to battle DragoniteStrike. And so we've got a couple of really good battles here for you guys. So why don't we jump right into it and see what these two have in store for us, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, Eryn leads off with Mini, her Dwebble, as DragoniteStrike leads off with damage, his Darumaka. Mini's gonna heal back up with the Berry Juice and get up the Stealth Rocks. Sturdy's gonna keep Mini in the game, while Damage takes some hard damage from the Flare Blitz and then ends up going down to the counter. The counter Dwebble is Eryn's signature move, so keep your eye out on that. Then Scotty comes in, another favorite of Eryn's, and he's going to throw up the Soak on the Joltik, making it the Water type there. It throws the Bug Buzz, not getting stabbed because now it's the Water type, and going to go down to the Volt Switch very easily, so good strategy there from Eryn. As Glow Cloud, the Ghastly, comes in, switches out in favor of letting Dwebble go down to the Abra, then able to bring in the Elegantine, and it's going to take a hard Dazzling game from the Abra, but able to survive it because these things are bulky. Get that knockoff up and finish off the Abra there. DragoniteStrike brings in the Axew. Axew is going to get intimidated by Fifi, but it's going to get rid of that by throwing up the Dragon Dance, but decides probably not the best bet considering Snubbull is a Fairy type, so switching into the Cranidos, who's going to get a hard one-hit KO head smash off on the Snubbull there. Then Scotty switches back in, Axew comes back on the field taking a little bit of Rocks damage and then an Ice Beam before he's able to do anything going down there. And then Armara is able to come out, taking a little bit of damage again, but getting soaked by Scotty, getting the Discharge, getting a little bit of HP back from that. So unfortunately, the Volt Absorb is helping Scotty out there. But Armara is able to take down the Ghastly with a Dark Pulse. Lumberjane then comes in, takes an Ice Beam, but is able to take that pretty well. And because Armara is now a Water type, that Thunder Punch definitely is going to KO. So very, very good. Nice little battle there, you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. We've got at least one more here, so let's jump right into it, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2. Eryn has gone up 1-0 so far in the match, and Darumaka is going to U-turn out on the Dwebble. The Dwebble going to be able to throw up that Stealth Rock, switching out as Armara throws up the Earth Power, finishing off Scotty there, who did really good work for Eryn in the last battle, so that could potentially be a huge detriment. Losing that, so a good play there from DragoniteStrike getting that off the field. Abra survives the Lumberjack Jane's attack, throws up the Energy Ball, which is going to finish off the Dwebble. So both the Dwebble and Scotty gone, which are big players for Eryn in the last battle. Glow Cloud comes in though and finishes off the Abra. Then Darumaka comes in and is going to throw up the Flare Blitz on the Vullaby. And even with the crazy defenses of the Vullaby, Damage is able to take it down in 2 Flare Blitzes, so that works out pretty well. But the Ghastly is going to come in and finish off the Darumaka, at which point Axew is going to switch back in, taking a hard Shadow Ball and getting one-shotted by the Ghastly. Ghastlies are fragile, but they're definitely very powerful. The Joltik's going to come in and get that Thunderbolt off. Unfortunately, not enough to kill the Ghastly, and the Ghastly is going to go ahead and take out the Joltik there. At which point Armara's going to come in. Armara's going to take a Shadow Ball, take that pretty nicely, throw up that Ice Beam, finishing off the Ghastly there, taking them down 2-2. So we'll see how that continues to play out. The Earth Power going up against the Snubbull. Snubbull able to take that without too much trouble, getting the Power Up Punch. Definitely going to kill the Ice Rock Armara and give Fifi a nice little attack boost there. Cranidos comes in with the Earthquake though and finishes off Fifi, leaving it just Cranidos versus Timber. That Earthquake going to get Timber down past half. Unfortunately, the Drain Punch is going to be a super effective critical hit. I don't think the crit probably mattered there. It was a super effective move. Probably going to finish off the Cranidos there, but that puts Eryn 2-0. So in 2 matches, she gets the best 2 out of 3. She needs to move on to the next round. And so if we take a look at the bracket here, guys, we will see that ErynCerise now moves up into the Sweet 16 to take on DragoniteStrike, but a very close battle both times. Little RNG one way or the other, and I think this could have potentially turned out very differently. So thank you so much, Eryn and DragoniteStrike, for participating in the tournament at this point. Again, I want to thank everybody who's participating, especially you guys, because I know it's difficult to meet up, and watching the Discord and the things in the comments, I know a lot of people are sometimes having difficulty connecting. So keep with it. and I look forward to watching all the future battles that are going to come out of it. Here is the current standing of the bracket, and I will say at this point, we are going to be moving into the Sweet 16. The preliminaries is ending at this point because I'm going to be, so Scadril and Ready Let's Go attempted to do some battles earlier. Ready Let's Go actually won their first battle, but then decided for some reason to forfeit, citing something about only having one team or something. I don't know that I don't necessarily have the full picture. They haven't responded to any of my requests. I was like, how about let's go ahead and finish the battles, but I didn't hear anything back. And since we've already put up the other two preliminary battles, I kind of said, you know, I'll give them until I record the final preliminary battle to kind of come back in and actually do the battles. But they said, nope, I forfeit, and we haven't heard from them since. So I didn't really want to do this. I wanted them to actually do the battles, but I am giving Scad the bye into, the forfeit. She gets the win. The Ready Let's Go did forfeit. So Scad is also moving into the Sweet 16 here. We won't have any battles from that, unfortunately. But Scad is going to move into the Sweet 16 as well. So you can see now she is matched up against Fabe Ironstone. Fabe. Yeah, so now ErynCerise moves into Sweet 16, is going to be battling David Khan. Scad's moving into Sweet 16, going to be battling Fabe. And then, if you guys remember from last episode, Epic Big Nick has moved from the preliminaries from last episode and is going to be battling Nurion. So everybody should have their Sweet 16 matchups at this point now. So if you guys have not connected, get on that. Let's get those battles done. I know I've got a couple already, but not a ton. So make sure you guys are connecting. And again, like as I said last time, if you're trying to connect with somebody, one, be specific. Don't say, well, let's try and battle sometime on Saturday. Say, you know, figure out what time frames work for you guys and then set a specific time and then be there at those specific times. I've had several competitors come to me and say, hey, you know, we said we were going to battle at this specific time and date and both parties agreed. And at one point, I think it was even one party said, hey, let's battle at this specific time and date. And then the other guy was like, great. And it was the other guy who showed up and the person who suggested the date and time wasn't there. So make sure you guys are you know, I've seen most people are pretty much using time zones to set those times, but make sure if you're setting times that you try and be there. And if you can't be there, let your opponent know so they're not sitting around for hours like hoping that you show up so they can get a battle in. So yeah, just try and be specific and try and be, you know, courteous of your opponents. If you can't get in there at that time, let them know. But try and get in there. I want to get some battles going here. So we've got a couple, but not as many as I would like to see. So, but again, we're just moving out of the preliminaries technically now. So I said you guys could get going on that if you wanted to, but at this point, this is the call. Get out there and get your battles going, and we'll get this tournament moving on at a nice click there. But okay, to recap, here is the bracket as you guys can see it now. Again, I will be uploading or updating in the description down below. There is a link to the Google Doc, which has the bracket there as well. I will be updating that so that you guys can see that in real time. As I get recordings into me or the replays, and again, if you're doing battles, make sure to send me the replays. We need those desperately. But I won't be updating that bracket until like the episode goes out. So like I've had Eryn and DragoniteStrike's battles for a couple of days, but I'm not updating it until it's gone live here now. So you should be able to see it there, but I'm not going to like give spoilers by updating the bracket early. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Gray, and you guys have been great. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're having trouble getting in contact with your opponent, let me know. But try all avenues before you give up there. I mean, respond to them on a question or on a comment on the video. You know, if you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, I'd recommend doing that. Partially, we're just having fun hanging out in there, but it's another good avenue for us to potentially get in contact with people. So be available, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some more episodes out to you guys as they get to me. I'll try and get them out every couple of days if I've got battles to do. So yeah, let's keep on keeping on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and especially for those of you guys who are participating in the tournament, thank you guys so much for like DragoniteStrike and Espresso Cat and Ready Let's Go. Those who have fallen out of the tournament in the preliminary rounds. We will be having the consolation bracket coming up relatively soon, but again, probably going to wait until we're at least in the final four to start setting that up, because at this point, I don't think we've got enough people for people to actually be doing consolation brackets. We need to get a couple more. We need to get at least the Sweet 16 finished so that everybody can have an opponent in that consolation bracket. So keep an eye out for that, but it's going to be a little while before we do that. But I'll be sure to let you guys know at the end of whichever episode that I'm finally able to get that out to you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys. And, of course, be getting your battles done and to me as well. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.